that, let's get this party started. Oh, did I don't know if I actually put down on a star date. 55907. All right. Stardate 8559007. It's been 3 weeks since the construction of the starbase, and 3 weeks since the destruction and heroic sacrifice of the USS Svalinn and her captain in Calder. At this time, I'm Admiral Nea, and crew are holding a small personal wake for the captain on board the new starbase which he helped defend. And everyone is awaiting their next orders. And big ol' map here for big ol' starbase. And we're gonna zoom right here on the private lounge you have rented out.
I'm gonna guess Commander Roast was the executive officer.
Yes.
That's me.
Yeah, I will walk up to his table then. Yeah, I'll look at Commander Roast and say, may I?
Yes, please join us, Admiral.
Yeah, I'll sit down.
Did you know Captain Calder?
Yes. When the Svalinn was first commissioned, I served as her captain, and Commander Calder, then Lieutenant Commander Calder, was my executive officer.
Well, he turned into a fine captain. I only served with him for a little while, but it was quite memorable.
It's a real shame.
It was quite an interesting way to go, but sacrificing yourself for thousands of fellow Starfleet officers and the ships and starbase. Well, I guess if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it.
I couldn't imagine him doing it any other way. Out of respect for the Commander, if you ever need anything, let me know.
Well, thank you, Admiral. I appreciate that.
What is everyone else doing in the room? On the far our end, up by Admiral Nea, is empty casket at torpedo. Oh, and a small I'll picture and flower arrangement in for him. And crewman McNo is somberly he's serving up some hors d'oeuvres and drinks as needed.
I'll be just walking around the room, making sure everybody is doing okay, that nobody is or doing the drinking or too depressed or anything like that.
Be hanging out with Zogard over here.
Okay. I just kind of threw you on the map, so if you want to move around. Ensign and Bailey in the corner just starts sobbing loudly, and Ensign Vav is trying to console her. It kind of gets everyone's attention for a moment.
I'll walk over to Ensign Bailey and see if I can console her.
Yeah, he's really out of it, just tears streaming down her face, and it's so sad. It's like we barely knew him, and he's gone already.
He was a good man, a fine captain. Sorry he had to go this way so young.
And then there's the Svalinn, that ship. I had its communications relay fine tuned. I don't know where I'm going next.
I don't think any of us really know what's going to happen next. Maybe
Like losing a home and losing a friend, and all at the same time.
I know what you mean. This is the first ship that I've lost under me, and I definitely understand how you feel. But, in time we'll get back on our feet, and Starfleet will give us some new direction, new ship, new friends, and we'll just learn to carry on.
It's all part of the job, right? Make new friends, lose old ones.
Yeah, I'm afraid so in this life. That's the Starfleet way.
Go ahead and give me presence command diff 0. Just to cheer her up.
Trying to find my sheet here.
Well, you didn't do any harm, at least. Just it's kind of like empty platitudes. Just like awkward pats on the back, I guess. But slowly she starts winding down. As you're standing up there, Bradford kind of walks up to Nea and goes, "So, real shame in what happened in out there. It's always a terrible loss to lose an officer like that. But I was kind of wondering in what the new assignment is." Nea kind of blinks. "Are you asking for a position transfer at a wake, Captain?" "No, not necessarily. Just there's an opportunity. For one, I was wondering if assignments have been posted." Assignments for the crew of the Svalinn will be posted tomorrow." She blinks severely.
Maldon is off in the corner. This is just so bizarre.
And at that, Bradford just kind of takes a giant step back and turns around and intermingles with some of the rest of the crowd. So, Maldon and Elle, you're kind of tucked in a corner down there.
Mostly look at Maldon's mostly going to be like either looking slightly like out of place or confused, something like that. Just like I just funerals have always been. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know how to put it. Just so weird.
Oh, what do you say?
What was the question?
That wasn't really a question. That was just a statement.
Yeah.
What was the statement?
Funerals are weird, man.
Funerals and wakes are just so bizarre. I don't really know what to do.
They said travel in space was safe. Join Starfleet, they said.
It'll be
Who
fun.
said travel in space was safe? I mean, they did say that the join the Starfleet would be fun part. I remember the recruiter specifically saying that, but
Okay. And with if that, Nea's gonna clink a glass and gets everyone's attention. I already gave my formal speech previously at the dedication for this starbase and the anniversary of 10th Fleet, so I will keep this as brief. The stars are dangerous, wonderful, and terrifying, and that is why we go out there. We explore the stars to see these wonderful, and terrible things, and find out more about the universe and more about ourselves. We lost a fine ship and a fine captain, and though we may move on and be reassigned, they will always have a place in our hearts. Cheers. And she tips her, she raises her glass.
Cheers.
I'll raise a glass.
Captain Calder.
Some of the supporting crew, it goes to Captain Calder. And it is at that point, Commander Ross, go ahead and give me Insight Command difficulty 1. Hey, you actually got it. As everyone's raising glasses and toasting and kind of a somber scene, out of the corner of your eye, you see someone quite familiar.
Oh no.
He stands in the crowd, raises a glass, notices you looking at him, winks, and then someone cuts in front of you and he disappears.
Gonna walk over to where I saw him and just look around and make sure.
That was weird from my end. There. Insight command or security, a div 2. As far as you can see, there's no trace of him.
All right, I'm gonna go find Ash and Elle and let them know who I saw.
Kind of saunter over Ash and Elle.
Gentlemen, I think I just saw Q for a brief second. He raised a glass to toast the captain, and then he disappeared. But I don't know.
As long as he stays gone.
Well, who knows with Q? So keep your eyes peeled for anything Q-like.
Cue that.
God damn it.
Can't promise I won't punch him if he starts causing Q-shaped problems.
I don't think I'd recommend punching a Q.
You or not,
Look at that.
why would anyone cause problems like this at a wake? It's just...
He wasn't causing a problem. He was just stopping in.
That's what I'm saying. If there end up being any Q-shaped problems.
I will look to Maldon and say, how do you defeat a Q? You get a bigger Q.
Well, punching him wouldn't defeat him, but it would feel real good, so...
So he turned you into a Zatharian space lizard or something.
Yeah, but then I get to say I punched a Q.
You can say that if you're a lizard.
You kidding me? I would become like a ship pet or something like that. That'd be sick. You could feed me all day. Wait, but then I wouldn't get to fly the Delta Flyers.
And if no one else has anything else to say, we will move to a new scene.
We'll catch y'all later.
All right. Yo. The wait goes on for another hour or so. Bailey has an emotional breakdown and leaves within 30 minutes. Zogar just stands humbly in the corner, or just observing everyone. You're not sure if he's standing guard or if he's just curiously observing in mammalian and customs. But eventually, the party winds down and you all break for your quarters. It is fairly late at night. And the crew has temporary quarters on the station. What would you like to do? About 9 p.m. at this point.
I think the starbase should have better holodecks than the ship did.
If the holodeck systems are online. You can certainly try.
More sarcasm.
Yeah, they've been fully tested yet. I don't know if you want to be the one to.
We'll let Maldon try the flying first.
And it won't be the one to find the bugs in the holodeck.
Sure, why not?
Try not to kill each other this time.
Oh, no promises. It's our favorite pastime.
All right, you guys make off for the promenade, and they actually do have holosuites available. So the promenade is kind of quiet for being late at night, and also, there's not a whole lot of traffic yet. It's just a bunch of Starfleet officers at this point. I mean, not much civilian traffic, but you do have a civilian. There is a civilian in Trill who has an establishment on board.
I think I'll go up to the observation lounge or deck or whatever and check out the ships that are in port.
Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, I'll figure this out later, but yeah, you're not. I'm not sure or if the Kismet and the Achilles would still be here. They probably just stopped off for the anniversary and went back to Tallgrass. The expedition is still a neighborhood helping out with construction and security. Other than that, it's pretty quiet for a starport.
Well, I guess I'll head back down to the bar and see if there's anybody I know down there.
As you're on the observation in deck, actually, familiar fellow snaps behind you.
Q.
Hello there.
Hello, it's interesting to see you here at the captain's wake.
I figured I toyed with the man and enough, might as well come by and pay my respects. Especially for that ship.
Well, we appreciate that. he told us it'd be a rough go out here, and I guess he paid the ultimate price.
There's some payment still on the table.
I'm sure he won't be the last to die out here fighting for what we're fighting for.
Well, good luck on new ventures and some such, as you mortals would say.
Any good tips or advice?
None that I'm allowed to give you. Just keep your nose clean.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Also, your little stunt out there, and you're running in with if the not cool kind of set some waves off. You drew the attention of a lot of powerful people.
Huh. So we should be expecting something interesting then.
Quite interesting.
Well, why don't you stick around and see how it plays out?
Oh, I'm always around. And with that, he snaps out. Maldon and Elle, you wanted to do something?
Say, you're looking a little blue tonight.
And you're looking a little flighty. What's your point?
Use a smile.
I just don't like losing a ship, that's all. Or a captain.
No one does.
Especially because you never know what kind of captain you're going to get next.
Maybe we could try to get a sneak peek at the roster.
Maybe. Yeah, I think that might make me feel a little bit better. Or worse. We'll see. Sounds like that's what we're going to be trying to do, DM. See if there's anything that we can do to try and get a sneak peek at the upcoming roster.
The roster is not public yet, but if you wanted to hack into the Admiral's personal terminal, you could get a sneak peek.
I'd like for the assignment that we're getting to stay the assignment that we're getting. I'm not looking to get emergency transferred somewhere else. That's a bummer. Guess I just sit on my hands.
Hurry up and wait. And with that, you eventually retire to your quarters, sleep, and come to the next day, where Nea will request that the senior staff meet her at her office.
Affirmative.
Assuming everyone shows up on time and well dressed.
Yes.
We'll make sure everybody is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Street clothes.
What's up, Cap? I don't do that.
Yeah, as for some reason, and as you guys are actually, let's have a little fun with this. Yes, Ross, go ahead and give me a insight command or con difficulty A2 to look over everyone's uniform. Wait. Hey, gained a momentum.
I'll straighten up those wings.
Yeah, L has a few feathers out of place, bow down, and has scuffs on his shoes, and is that you quickly get out. As you're kind of waiting outside of her office, for some reason, Michael Bradford walks up behind you guys. Hey, did you get the summons too?
Yes, we did keep them.
And you are brought into the office. Please have a seat. I'm here to introduce you to your new assignments. You and most of your crew who are going to be put on board a new ship. And there will be some new crew to integrate into this vessel. But it's the newest ship off the line. And with a dramatic flourish, she opens the hologram. Ladies and gentlemen, the USS Gungnir, Akira class as frontier exploration, modular loadout, and a bit of a heavier presence out here by yourselves. Unfortunately, she was not due to leave dock for another month, but that means that at this time we have the opportunity to work out some of the specifications that you guys need on the frontier.
Gets installed till Tuesday.
You're not leaving till Wednesday. Yes, but she's called the Gungnir, named after the spear of Odin, said to never miss its target and always strike true. you were the shield of the Federation. Now you will be the spear. And with wisdom and power, ere shall you go forth and explore the far reaches of the Silk Road.
I will say it, and Akira is a good class.
With you straying farther from the Federation, man thought it was prudent to, where were you? To bring aboard a diplomatic attaché to be attached to the vessel. And at this point, if right there, Ashneem Imholana, if you could describe yourself, please.
Ashnem is obviously looks Cardassian. The gray tone of his skin and the spoonish head ridge give that away, but he wears a hair in a rather untraditional Cardassian way, in that he has it shaved on one side and then combed over for the rest of it. On that shaved side, there's an obvious golden Bajoran earring with flecks of blue in it. He himself is dressed in the Federation Diplomatic Corps' white formal coat, and he has underneath that just a somewhat comfortable fine shirt. And probably a little comm badge, because he's been on the station for a little bit, so he has it with him in case he needs to call for help or whatever. Yep. He's wearing it openly, so he actually shows like, no, I'm supposed to be here. Don't make me go away.
Yeah, you're probably like one of 50 civilians on this entire station and full of Starfleet, so it's been kind of awkward.
Yeah. A bit of a mustache, bit of a goatee. Kind of just glances around the room and puts the pad he was holding and kind of secures it to his belt.
This is Attaché A Holana. They come from the diplomatic corps, and they'll be out here to assist in force contact situations and diplomacy with other races we might find out here. And I'm sure you're wondering who your new captain will be. Command of the Gungnir will be given to Captain Michael Bradford. As yes, thank you. Glad to be here. Glad to be of service. Michael stands up, kind of rubs his hands awkwardly. So, we're gonna be working together now. So, yeah, we have a new ship. If to get ready, I want to start getting some reports of crew transfers and duty assignments and set up. We have 3 weeks to get this done. Let's go.
Yes, sir. All right, everybody. Let's get busy. We got a ship to get ready.
Much to everyone's chagrin and Ash's unbridled old rage beneath the surface. You guys do have a new ship, and as Nea said, it is unfinished. So there's going to be some points and some talents to take care of. Where's show to players? Show to players. We have 7 points in systems, 7 points in departments, 4 talents, and 2 traits. And it's 2 assigned to the ship. Anything that it's qualified for, or you get, it already comes with a blade of armor and extensive shuttle bays. And quantum torpedoes. Which, that is way too high.
Finished.
Yep. So at this point, you guys are gonna break out and start talking about traits or any talents you want this ship to have.
Listen,
Break out my core rulebook.
Yep.
Advanced sensors needs to stay. We need that.
Absolutely.
Starships.
Starship.
I
in the
mean, it's
meantime,
not like Elle needs it, but it helps.
it helps. In the meantime, I'm Cassius. Come with me for a second. Hello.
Yes.
So yeah, I think everyone has sufficiently crapped their pants about the command.
Yeah.
Meantime,
I'm just imagining just Calder thinking he hit Bradford was taking his place. He's calling it out as we speak.
Yep. Oh, I'm expecting people to be super upset and try to do everything they can to get Bradford out, because I was thinking about just making an entirely new captain and just having you roleplay it, but I'm like, no, if we actually throw Bradford in there, it'll piss everyone off enough. But as we spiral back in, we are continuing a conversation between you and Q. You have your 4th pip on your collar, and no time has passed. Whatever you'll find on the far side of the Silk Road is great and terrible. Great and terrible enough that someone wants you to find it. Others want to find it first, and still others wish it never to be found. Who these forces are and what they're angling for, I can't tell you. But I will say they risk destroying you and your ship in order to make it happen. You have garnered the attention of forces across the continuum, time, space, matter of energy. All eyes are on you and your crew. However, if you still wish to save the day, I might have a means of keeping you safe.
And what would that be?
I'm not sure you're gonna like it, but it'll give you the opportunity to get back in that center chair.
What's the catch?
The catch is that there's no guarantee you're gonna make it, and there's no guarantee that you can actually make a difference. But if you want to, and you can try, we can make it happen.
So pretty much, I'm like, if I accept this, I'll be taking a gamble.
Oh, life is a gamble. In order to keep you safe, I'm going to have to hide you through time. There was a civilization. There was a civilization close by to you that has a stronghold. That stronghold closed 200,000 years ago. I'm going to place you just before it and hope that you get inside. Sound fun?
So I'm gonna be stuck in ice for thousands of years.
Oh, don't be so crass. I mean, it's not ice, it's cryogenics.
I mean, wouldn't it just be easy to say that the temporal time saved me, but they didn't want to publicly say that they did to cause a paradox?
Nope, because if the temporal cords know that you're safe, then and the other side will know that you're safe. I have to hide you someplace where no one will look for you. I mean, who would look for a human on a planet 200,000 years ago? I mean, and you guys are still sharpening rocks and throwing sticks. I mean, you still do, just much more gracefully. I promise, if you can and make it into the vault, you will make it out safe.
So what's gonna happen? Just me staying, me being cryogenically frozen, and the crew following some form of red trail.
Let's just say that by the time you wake up, you'll be surrounded by familiar faces, or very ugly, bitey faces. It's kind of a toss-up.
I can understand, but I want to know, like I doubt my end will be the only part of the plan. What would my crew's plan, part be in this?
You surprisingly hit the nail on the head. Cruz is going to find you, and together you're going to secure the Silk Road and keep the peace, and do other great and terrible things throughout the universe. What do you say?
Let's do it.
And I lost it. There it is. And with that, you are whisked out of the nether regions and of the continuum. And of course I had it untitled. as I'm sorry, I am having control issues. There we go. That's how I zoom out on the map. And no longer need the creepy music as you find yourself in the middle of a city. Its architecture unfamiliar, or the people walking about are large and have ape-like faces as loose-fitting clothing. And from the sky, fire rains down upon you.
I currently hope Q at least did attempt to allow me to fit in and not just plop me down sticking out like a sore thumb.
I guess we'll have to find out as we switch back to a new scene.
Svalinn.
Okay, we're back.
We're talking about talents.
Yep, I figured. You should have edit permissions. Sweet.
All right, hey, Ross, keep or nix the improved warp drive that we had on the Svalinn. Actually, we had an improved warp drive and improved impulse drive. So I think first we should decide if we want to keep or can some of the talents we had.
I'd say if I'm allowed to say my opinions.
Yeah, this is a bit more meta right now. So go ahead.
I say drop the impulse but keep the warp drive.
Cameron says fast targeting systems.
Targeting systems. Question. Did the improved warp drive really ever come into play?
I think
if you warp into a scene or if you're chasing after someone.
Yeah, we always use it when we're within a chase.
It also comes into play if you're trying to go from one system to another really quickly. Having the advanced warp drive talent can allow you to push the engines a little faster.
And also, I can only count as many times as we use the improved warp, impulse drive just on one hand.
Here's a question: do you guys usually overcharge your phasers much, or do you just fire them out of just straight?
We overcharge them from time to time when we.
Okay, independent phaser supply wouldn't help you. Then I was going to suggest that because some ships I know they just fire them straight. So if you're just firing them straight all the time, just get an independent supply so you don't eat your power.
No, usually either their play is sensor scan and then full phaser, full dice, full power, and they put everything into one shot. So they buy 3 dice, ice, all the piercing. It's really nasty.
If we mix the impulse drive and keep everything else that we had, plus what we get that comes with the ship, we still have one more talent we can choose from. So I honestly, we should talk about some of these. Just to, so how about everyone name like their top 2 choices, and then we can narrow it down from there.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a minute to just hop on the sort of character generator so I could actually see a list of potential stuff.
It's page 255 of the core rulebook. I can also just list them, and if you want me to read any of them, I can.
Don't worry, I have a plan to actually do this. So, what towns are already picked, excluding the?
We have ablative armor, extensive shuttle bays, advanced sensor suite, improved warp drive, fast targeting systems, and then we get one more. Just as an oddball, because Bog's hardly around anymore. Emergency
that should be getting fixed soon. June was just a really tough month for him and work wise, and today was a mulligan.
Okay.
Is there a way to? I know we talked about what if we had a EMH that's exclusive to just the med bay without the extra hollow projectors. How would that work?
By book, I would point out that would just be a crew support spend.
Yeah.
EMH, the EMH talent just basically lets you do that anywhere on the ship, and it doesn't cost crew support.
But yeah, if you want just the hollow emitters in the med bay, you can just activate the EMH there as a crew support.
How about
would you let us have the EMH as long as we use it as a cruise, spend a cruise support each time, just have it as kind of like a bonus talent?
No, as long as it doesn't leave specified holodeck areas as in the sick bay, it's just a crew support. If you wanted to say activate the EMH in engineering, you would need a specific talent. The talent gives you the hollow emitters all over the ship.
Okay, I'm thinking of two talents that might be helpful. Either improve damage control or improve shield recharge.
I like the damage control one.
I mean, shields is also a good one because whenever we lead in shields, we lead in 3+3 for each momentum, so we pretty much triple the shield gain.
Well, even better, what about improved hull integrity?
I mean, I don't think those stack with ablative and...
Oh, they stack. That's what the Achilles did.
Rugged design looks kind of nice too.
So ablative, already a +2 to resistance.
Yep.
Hull integrity would add another 1. What's the standard on this ship as it is?
5+2, so that would be 8 resistance.
8 resistance. We would never take damage. Never.
No, that just sounds like a challenge.
Yeah.
I feel that's cheesy.
Well, the trade-off is that you're lacking a talent that could give you flexibility in other areas for extra armor. So you force the GM to spin through their threat, but that also means you're basically your only option is to modulate your shields and hope you don't take damage. Which you can tank pretty well, but
I mean, the
if
ships.
The spear of the fleet, we basically just became the tank of the fleet. Anyways.
No, you're the spear of the fleet. I thought we had this conversation.
Yeah, we are a spear, not a shield anymore. So we gotta focus more spear-like.
Quantum torpedoes? Keep those?
I'm kind of throwing those in for free. I do not feel like the quantum torpedoes should be a talent.
So I think we reach our shields, so that way, yeah, because that would just triple our shield gain via normal checks and then the momentum spend, because we get 3 by successfully doing the shield recharge check. check, and also a additional thing with every momentum we spend.
Ooh, this one, Cameron, you might want to take a look at rapid fire torpedo launcher.
The ship comes with that built in, I think.
Nope.
Normally it does. I kind of pulled it out. I didn't know if you guys wanted to actually use that, but
Would that take away a slot from another talent if we had that?
yes, it would.
So do you want to list all the talents that were not actually being considered a mark off the talent list? For
Basically
example,
just
like the EMH?
EMH if you're just gonna use it in the sick bay and in holodecks. That's just crew support. And I am cheating slightly with the quantum torpedoes.
Or another thing is the improved power system. So every time we spend momentum, it's 2 instead of 1 power we get back. Thoughts?
You should get a captain's yacht. That's a great use of your talents.
I mean, we don't really need to because we only get the extended hangar bay.
I know, it'd be such a waste. Extensive shuttle base and a captain's yacht. We'll never fly toward anything. We'll just let everyone die in the small craft.
Oh, another thing Naya forgot to mention with the extended shuttle bay. This has the pass-through shuttle bay. So it has doors up front that is used mostly for launching, and then it can recover shuttles in the back. And it's basically decks 9, 10, and 11, and is just shuttle bays.
So we get more. So
What are our top choices so far here?
does this mean we can now interchange our scale 2, so we can have the options of 2 gunabouts or 2 Delta Flyers flying? Hint, hint. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Well, the great thing is, the extensive shuttle base lets you use up to 2 runabouts, and Danube class runabouts are pretty cool because they're modular, so you can use every mission. You're like, it has this module today.
I mean,
why? Because.
I know. I mean, what we did with the Svalinn, we always had 1 runabout and 1 Delta Flyer.
Oh, did you?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say you can and keep 1 Delta Flyer. I think they're still a little rare for you to have multiples on one ship. But you can have you can have you can field all the runabouts you want as long as it fits within the extended shuttle base.
Okay, so we could either have 2 runabouts or 1 Delta Flyer and a runabout. Okay.
Yep.
That's good.
So we're not keeping the fighters?
No, you still have you would have extended fighter capabilities. Yeah, and I'm still feeling out how the homebrew rules for the fighters work, because I don't know, I think it's pretty balanced, and you guys, I seem to use them a lot.
Yeah, I'm seeing any supplements to the ship talent list in any of the books, so I'm pretty sure it's just the core book. So I think we've gone through pretty much looked at the whole list. So let's start narrowing this down. I'm going. So all right, top 2.
I have my top 2 that I thumbs up in the chat.
And so improve systems and what. That's a good idea. All right, so I'm putting a thumbs up on the rapid fire launcher. I like that one. Since Carbinian's already listed 3, we could just do the, thumbs up on them, kind of as votes.
Oh, I'll put in the other ones as well, just because I see the other ones in the list there. We grab them. Improve damage control is another suggestion. Just so people don't have to flip back and forth too much. Whoopsie.
I mean, my vote is on picking a talent that allows us to gain more resources back. So IPS is my vote, because we already have like 3 talents focused on combat.
I mean, you're also going to be on the frontier, so there's always mobile labs, but I don't really get a vote.
Modular labs are kind of finicky because you have to call them before you use them.
Yeah.
If you call the wrong thing, that lab's set for the wrong thing. You're screwed. And you can't change it until the next
episode. Yeah.
Same for my second one. So my top 2 is going to be the rapid fire launcher and the backup EPS conduits.
Oh yeah, Arthur. In the what the ship already gains, did you already add the 1 refit point because how old the Akira design is?
Oh, I didn't account for that. So you get 1 more point to systems. Yeah, I didn't account for the year. So.
Okay. Should we just plop that 1 on sensors, so in case we forget it again?
Yep, that works.
Binion, can you put the EPS conduits on there?
EPS.
Improved
EPS. No.
You mean IPS? What's the EPS do again?
So backup EPS conduits. Whenever the ship would lose 1 or more power because of suffering damage, you roll challenge dice for each power loss. Each effect roll prevents the loss of that power.
So it's pretty much the warp core thing, but with power. But that's
it's reactive. So if you take a hit that would drain damage, if the GM goes like, "Hey, I'm going to do some dampening to you," you're like, "Cool, challenge dice. We might not lose on a 2 out of 6 chance. We don't lose it."
I mean, how often did that happen in previous combat? Because with the improved power, we could just upgrade our current power regain, and because of what we do now, we could improve a power game.
So, comments on, or is anyone got a top 2 that hasn't been listed yet?
Like I'm on improved power systems, or the or the one that improves our shield gain when we want to bring our shields back up.
I'm trying to do this diplomatically and democratically. Get everyone a chance to get their top 2, and then we can discuss pros and cons of each. And
Okay, yeah. Okay, my top 2 are already posted by a Corbinian.
Ross, what was your top 2?
Rugged design and improved damage control.
Okay, Maldon, what were your top 2?
I didn't throw up a top 2 just because I figured that the only things I really cared about were already up there. So,
So, pick which ones that already voted might be helpful to the ship.
Yeah.
Just tell us what they were.
The 2 things that I would want are the improved, well, of course, stuff to do with flying, so improved impulse, improved warp.
We only have the improved warp.
Yep.
So you actually want to keep the improved impulse?
I suppose that was actually kind of tied to something that happened earlier. How often have we used that? Did we use that in the fight, or was that warp that we ended up using for that? Quick get it right on top of it.
That was the warp. What the improve impulse drive does is basically anytime you basically do a contest, anything impulse, attack pattern, defensive pattern, and that kind of stuff, you can spend 2 momentum and make it harder to hit on top of whatever or the task would do.
Huh. I did not know that.
Yeah, it was
We straight up didn't use that on so many occasions where we could have used that. Damn. Yeah, I would like that.
You want to keep that?
Yes. It'd be nice if we actually used it next time. So.
We used it once last time, so I'm not opposed to keeping the impulse.
Best way to narrow this down from all these top picks. How do you guys want to do this process? All right, let's do this. We'll go by each of them, and go on Corbinion's post. Now, this first time around, it's not like a final vote. This is if you would be okay with this talent. Like, vote a down arrow if you really just don't care for this talent. All right, this is just so we can viewer the list.
Yep. So everyone can scroll through a Discord chat and gives thumbs up to any talent you would like, and we'll count them out.
I'll separate the rugged design from damage control because I had them both on the same post, so it's hard to up them as individual. So I'll shorten that down and put that as its own separate thing. So each thing can be voted on.
It can be.
There. I did my.
All right, so everyone react to every post with the thumbs up, thumbs down. Starting with the all the way up at the rapid torpedo launch.
Yep.
And there's nothing I'm willing to thumbs down because they're all. Well, I should thumbs down some of them actually, because then that's just confusing. Hold on.
Yeah. Everyone should vote either a thumbs up or a thumbs down on each one for right now. This is so we can, shorten the list a little bit. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not counting author, we should have 6 votes on each one.
I mean, so far, Impulse Drive is winning with 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just take like the top 2 or 3 and narrow down that vote, but we'll just leave it open for a few minutes.
Oh,
Now, you
that's the
really
top, man.
You really want to keep the Impulse Drive?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of disappointed because of how many times that we just straight up didn't use that.
Yeah, it was one of those. It's one of those things you kind of need to remember to do it.
Yeah, because that's actually really nice to just be like, oh, hey guys, do we want to add and not only can we do a maneuver to make it more difficult, but we can also just spend 2 momentum and make it an entire, difficulty level up again, like.
And
for them to shoot us or for us to attack, right?
And if you use if it was a control task, you can use all fingers and thumbs. That bonus momentum, it'll just cost you 1 extra momentum.
It would
on top
just
of that.
cost us 1. I mean,
yep. Welcome, Dr. Bog. We're kind of going meta, and we have our new ship. It's half finished, so you guys get a few talents and a few points to slot into it. And we're talking about some of the talents we want to use.
Hey, Dr. Bog, real quick to fill you in, if you look in the chat, Corbinian's got several talents that we basically got our top 2s out there, and we're doing voting, so either a up or down vote on each one on if you want to keep or not keep it, and then we're going to reset the votes and try to figure out what's the last talent we want. We pretty much agreed on all the rest so far. We're just narrowing it down on these last few.
Yeah, we have one more slot left, and we're kind of vying for it.
Oh, fast target system is that's why I didn't put it in. I just realized it's already in the
yeah, that's
one
already,
of the slots.
Yep.
Yeah, that's already agreed on, so we can get rid of that one.
So let's get rid of the question marks here.
We need 3 more votes, either up or down on rug design, 2 more up or down on secondary reactors, 3 more up or down on backup EPS, and 2 more up or down on improved damage. Oh, sorry, that was with 6. We got 7 people now. Yeah,
yep.
Everyone should add up to 7 votes.
Or we'll just close the polls after a certain time, and if it doesn't have a vote, we're gonna assume it's not important to you.
Hey, author, can you write these down? Because
yeah.
they've definitely cleared the vote threshold to move on.
Yeah. No,
rapid...
I can see. I got it.
Okay. Or maybe the rapid fire, improved shield recharge, improved power systems, secondary reactors, impulse drive, and rugged design. So we eliminate what, like 2 of them?
Yeah, there's a couple of them, that I kind of fell through.
Heck, with the impulse drives, if we're using attack pattern, we spend the momentum and we negate the negative that we take from doing attack pattern. I mean, that's fantastic. I love it.
You get the zooms.
Yeah, we get the zoomies.
So we get it all.
So
The whole kit caboodle.
Binion can, yeah. Oh, never mind. Someone's already getting, yeah. Either an X or a check mark for the visual. Okay.
Mixing everything that's at 5 and keeping the 6s because that seems to be those are the ones that are the lowest.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Up.
So once we get all either an X or a check mark, we can all clear out our votes. So if it's got an X on it, go ahead. We can clear our votes out.
No. I'll just post them again, and we'll do another round of them. So we're not scrolling up and down.
So I think for this next round, everyone should only cast one vote in the affirmative.
Yep.
And ignore the fast targeting system because vote 1 because that's one that we already chose. So.
Do we have a new player?
Yep, that's me.
You.
I'm your new diplomatic attaché.
Welcome aboard.
And
Yeah, the one
and
we
Bradford
originally-
and Captain Bradford is the commanding officer now.
And who's running that?
I am for the moment. We're not sure who Calder's playing yet. There's some timeline shenanigans going on.
And totally not because I was busy and didn't really have enough time to actually make my sheet. Totally.
There, I just copy and paste them.
What? Rapid fire has an X on it.
Did it?
Yep, because it's 5 up, 2 down. There's only so many that has a 6 on it.
Oh, it got more than half. It got more than half.
Okay. With that bar, improved power systems comes back. Secondary reactor comes back.
Do we want to do just 5 or 6 then? Just those that had 5 or 6?
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just do votes that have affirmative 5 or 6.
That one.
Basically, you've cut out 2 of them.
I'm working on them.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got them all relisted. So let's everyone pick out your number 1 choice, and let's see if we can't get a clear answer. One vote in the affirmative each.
Not a damn thing in here about medical. I ain't voting for none of it.
I know. What was like, do let's all get combat and nothing like.
We basically got a free one. We got the EMH. We just have to spend the crew support when we use it.
Yep,
that's
so
not right.
I have to find stats for the crew support.
Oh, you beat me to it.
We need 4 more people to vote. Two more people need a vote.
There it is.
There it is. Yep. Improved impulse drive got a clear majority outright.
So your 6th talent is improved impulse drive.
Now that I understand what it does, I'm sorry, guys. I had no idea what that we had that or that I could do that. Like,
Yeah,
I would have been using that so much.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I building the ship helps, so you know what all the buttons and gizmos do. So
Caveat: he has to use it from time to time from now on. Otherwise, after say like 2 months, 2 or 3 months, that we can replace it.
Yep. Okay, so now you have 8 system points to assign. Well, 7, because you already put 1 in sensors. So they're all at a base 9, and that's the wrong. What did I want it?
Rating pretty cool.
Max to 12, yes.
All right. What's the next thing we gotta figure out?
Systems.
Systems.
Systems and departments. Okay.
Systems first. Let's keep it simple.
So 8 more points to systems. Oh wait, oh, did you already?
Yeah, you already put the.
Got the mission loadout on it, the mission profile.
Not yet. I kind of did, and then I stripped it down to base 9. So this is a bit more freeform, so you have time to like move systems around to where you guys want it, not just off the rack.
So systems. What do we want to focus on? We get 8 points that can be applied across 6 numbers. Right now, there's a +1 to sensors as is. Thoughts, discussion.
I'm typing up my thoughts.
Everything's a 9 except for sensors, which is a 10. Nothing can exceed a 12.
Yep.
I think we should
Thank you, Corbinian.
put a point into weapons.
Well, be the spear. I would actually argue 2 points to weapons.
Okay, so yeah, let's do 2 points into weapons.
What else? Let's get an idea of what all the numbers would be.
So
Anything additional to communication?
You only need to worry about communications if you're trying to get a difficult hail or you're trying to encrypt the message or intercept the message. If you don't do that normally, it's not worth it.
Or fighters. You give orders out to fighters if you're being jammed.
True.
Do you use computers and engines a lot?
Let's try and match the points with the Svalinn systems and see what we have left. So that means if everything's a 9 except sensors would be the same. So
let me
if we want to match, I only have Svalinn, so that means.
Well, I'm going to ignore the 1 point, the 10th point on communication from Svalinn.
That's fine.
So if we did weapons, so let's see here. That's 1 point there. Nothing changes there. 1 point there. That's 2 points. Nothing changes there. We okay. Yeah, we got 6 points to spend. I could say okay. If we added 1 to everything except communication, then we only have 1 point left to spend. That might be the simple way of doing this.
Okay.
All right. So
If you wanted one round ship,
I mean,
well, already the numbers are going to be better than the Svalins was.
How in the world do you say the name of this one?
Gungnir.
Gungnir?
Yeah, it's the Spear of Odin, and yeah, it's the Spear of Odin, and it's magical, so that way it always strikes nicest target true. And Odin was also the god of wisdom, and the spear had magical runes on it.
Man, I wouldn't have
Engines
voted.
11,
I would
structure
not have
11,
voted for that.
computers 10, sensors 11, weapons 11, communication 9, and we have 1 point to spend.
I think we should be the USS Karen, bringing attitude to the quadrant.
Gosh.
That's dangerous.
Have you had to deal with many Karens recently then, Bog? That's what it feels like.
Oh, every now and then, yeah.
should we? I think we should put the point into communication, so it'll not be a downgrade. Because the Svalin's comms is 10, so that way if we put the 1 point into comms, then it would match the Svalin's.
Should we actually use the comms thing though, the as a skill, as a system skill? Because I wonder, I just wonder if we would get more use out of it, out of engines or weapons, to what we're always using. Hey, switch the sheet to the back sheet.
I'm not doing anything.
I mean, so far.
You could put 12 in weapons, and then you can really punch some teeth in.
Do we want to put have that point in as the 10th point in communication, or do we want to put that somewhere else?
I think 10th point comm, because we actually do a good number of the encrypted comms and hailing ships.
Cool. Then 10th point in communication, done there. So now let's move on to add 7 more points to departments. Do we want to do what we did and match the Svalin scores first?
Yeah. That seems the
right.
easiest.
I spend all this time breaking your ship, and you're just gonna duplicate it.
We're sorry, God.
Actually, the Svalins got a lot more than 7 points, so I'm not sure that's going to work.
It'll be a start.
My shirt.
Wait. Okay, so whoever started changing the points, I hope you're counting, because you changed them before I could count.
Yeah, I was counting.
Okay.
Good, because I'm not.
Maybe you ought to just have one person messing with the sheet.
Yeah, if we met Svalin, then that would bring
Maybe you ought to just have one person
Bring
messing with the sheet.
it to a match. Yeah, if we met
But
we do.
Exactly?
Yeah. Plus,
Okay.
Calder does still have unspent arc milestones. I don't know.
Feel free.
Okay.
We'll I'll handle the milestones and stuff you guys saved up after we built the ship. Those can be
let's
like
get-
favors and stuff you squeeze in and say, hey, can we do this?
Okay, 2 traits. So 2 more traits on top of what you already have there.
Yeah, unless you want to change those traits out. I mean, you keep the Federation vessel, but I just threw traits out there kind of as an example.
So that's what it already comes with, or do we add 2 more?
2 more.
Uh,
Because you've been working on this for so long.
maybe do 1 as response vessel.
Okay, I can see that. First response vessel. I see Spear of the Fleet.
The fleet.
Yeah, I think those two sounds good, unless everyone else has a opinion.
I think we did this pretty fast.
Cool. So we'll get through a little more plot.
We
But-
officially have built a ship as a group.
Fast response vessel, Spear of the Fleet, Mercy ship, Hope of
Yeah,
the Frontier.
I mean, I
Spear
think I think response vessel and spear of the fleet is good.
Well, someone type in Mercy Vessel just because that did get mentioned, and let's do up or down vote, and everyone do 2 up votes.
Who said Mercy ship?
I don't know, I'm just throwing names out.
I'm sure Bob would like that. Yeah, I think the vote's clear. Yeah, Spear of the Fleet, fast response vessel.
Spear of the Frontier.
Hope of the Frontier.
Yeah, 5 out of 7 people is a clear majority.
Going once, going twice. Sold for Spear of the Fleet and fast response. Okay, and any of the arc milestones y'all been in saving up. You are full up on talents, but you could put those in extra points. Or you could call in favors for other things.
I'm definitely gonna put 1 towards. How many can we plop for departments?
There actually is a fleet max,
You
but
can go to 5, but in 1 category and 4 in the rest.
I thought it was the only way to be 5 is if the ship had like the only one that would do 5 would be the Defiant with tactical.
you can't get the tactical. You can't get security up to 5.
I mean, I think I would put one to science and one, because I got 3, so one towards science and one towards medical, because we do those a good amount. And either,
One to science, one to medical.
yeah, and either do one on con and one on a choice between con or engineering.
Systems. The starship systems are determined by its class and then modified by the refits. As noted above, each refit increases a single system of the ship by a +1. No system may be increased by more than 2 or to any score above 12 through refits. A ship may have a system score above 12 before but players cannot increase the system to any score above 12. Alright. Departments. Departments, it just says, determined by its class and mission profile, add these scores together to get the ship's final department score. It doesn't actually list a limitation here.
You want to look at 294 for arc milestone rules, because it suggests what you can increase systems or ship's disciplines.
Yep.
And ship discipline maxes to 4 through arc, and systems max to 12.
Okay, so I think I might do 1 science, 1 medicine, and 1 towards weapons.
So one towards weapons.
No.
And what was the first one?
Okay, so I already spent my arc milestones to give a +1 to our science, medicine,
Yep.
and 1 to weapons. So that's all 3 of Calder's old arcs.
All right. It's a pretty beefy ship. Goodness, guys. I'm now a little intimidated by these numbers.
Yep.
Just means I have to hit you guys harder. Got it.
Keep in mind, this is without refits. This is just arcs.
I mean, we already added the fit towards the sensor, so.
All right. And with that, I believe we're done with ship construction. The ship stays in dry dock for. Okay. Sure, Cameron. Switch that to engineering. Okay, fine. And Lord is being a butt. Clicky.
What do you need me to do on the sheet? Because
take 1 point out of security and put it into engineering.
Okay, done.
There we go. All right. So, it's basically three weeks of you guys scrambling, doing all of that. You're checking systems. You're getting new crew orientated. You're double checking systems. You think you got this, and after about 3 weeks, you think you got her about ready for a dry run. During the entire week, Bradford has been basically sitting in his ready room, and giving orders. He's not actually he hasn't actually left the ready room, for the entire month.
Oh God, you got a Jellicoe.
Yep.
I would probably visit him as much as I could get time with the guy to do briefings on the various powers in the area, mainly the local Klingon houses, what the Gorn have been up to, what the local situations like, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And planning for like classes, not classes, but lectures I'm intending to do for the crew to brief other departments. So I'm not like doing a massive, let's have a briefing for 100 people. Like, no, let's brief each department because each department's gonna have different questions.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Benny, can you do me a small favor?
Only if it's a small one.
It is. Can you snag the write-ups for each talent for the ship and plug it into the bio and info page on Roll20?
Yeah, I can do that. You don't want them on the talent bit next to the talents?
Well, they're listed, but it's kind of nice to actually have the write-ups right there on the front page.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Okay.
I can do that.
But in the meantime, you're going to be giving him diplomacy E classes and talking to him stuff. Go ahead and give me presence command difficulty 3.
I don't know how I close. There it is. Presence command. Diplomacy or galactic politics focus.
Galactic politics focus.
Is he secretly an enemy or a trap or some form of... No, I'm just kidding.
I hope not.
Somehow I think my last talent doesn't apply. What's the difficulty again?
Diff 3. It's kind of a lot of information you're dumping on him.
I'll actually I'll go out of the gate here and spend my value. The United Federation of Planets needs diplomats now more than ever. I have evidence sitting across from me.
Yes.
Okay, so there's my determination spend. So I just need the 1. I should be able to get this. Bam.
Yeah. Gain a momentum.
I would actually like to spend a momentum to obtain some information about the good captain.
Okay.
How out of his depth does this guy feel? Is he like absorbing and internalizing this stuff, or is he just like his eyes glazing over and he's overwhelmed? How in the know is he? Like, how much am I holding his hand?
There's it's not so much glazed over. It's more like, yeah, that's boring. Get to the interesting part. What about fighting Klingons, man?
Okay.
He kind of has that attitude.
Got it. Noted. It's a cowboy.
Yeah, very much a cowboy of like, I just want to get out there and wrestle some Klingons, man.
I'll humor him and tell him stories about what I know about the Klingon houses and stuff when I need his attention back, and then kind of go back into the boring bits like, haha, switcheroo.
He is a man who likes getting his medals, that's for sure.
Yeah, a glory hound.
Do you want to inform Corbinian what he did last time?
They kind of did.
They kind of did.
They told me long stories. Sorry, better way to put it.
Yeah, so you're kind of familiar with what this guy's been up to. Rust, if you wanted to have a talk with our good captain, you certainly can.
Yes, please.
Commander Rust. Hello.
Captain, just wanted to let you know about the current progress of our fitting out here. And I'll give him the pad with all the current stats, but I'd also like to see if you might be interested in spending a little more time in front of the crew. They've been working hard. I think your presence might be, beneficial. It might be helpful to see you, out there with them a little more.
I suppose. But I just didn't want to get in the way of everything.
I don't think anybody would think you were in the way.
You move around so much.
I think getting to know the new crew members would help you out. See what they do, how they do it. And I'll use my telepathy to kind of pick up what he's how he's processing this.
Bigger question: did the CO look up the Exo's profile before coming aboard?
You're assuming he actually looked at the dossiers.
What do you think my silly butt's here for? Read the diplomat reports, Captain. Read them. We send them to you for a reason. You know what? I'm going to read them to you. Come here.
I'm going to read you a bedtime story. Long, sad tales about the diplomatic situation.
Now about this tax regime.
Ross, so go ahead and give me an Insight Command, difficulty 2. Hey, you got it. He's definitely full of himself and kind of thinks I'm the best. As we're gonna do so great out here. We got this new ship, new crew. I'm ready to wrestle some Klingons.
Not know a lot of the crews off the Svalinn.
Great, he's a cowboy.
He's very much a cowboy ideal, and he's kind of itching to use his new toy, that kind of feel.
Well, I think I've tried to make my point. We'll see if he does anything with it. Excuse myself to return to my duties.
All right. Is there any other roleplay we would like to do in the intervening 3 weeks?
Every day, the science department is going to do a couple laps around the station.
Okay. Just
like
running
a
bond,
morning workout routine.
running bonding exercise. Sure, we could do that.
Engineering will do 3.
Okay, you two can do opposed presence and in your relevant department. See which side runs longer. If you want to make this competition.
No. Well, if it's a competition, first they got to see my department doing it before they decide to start joining us.
Yeah. You start doing it, and then Ross kind of picks up. Oh, that might be a good idea, and then both of your teams are running alongside each other.
Yeah, we won't compete. We'll just join in.
All right. A little interdepartmental, rivalry. Nah.
Yeah, we'll just keep it friendly for now.
I got a good roll on it too.
Yep. Maldone. Oh, you're 3 weeks. Your ship's stuck in dock. But you do have a new flight crew to work with, and some new fighters. And a flight deck.
Well, sounds like we gotta get to work on getting everyone trained up then.
What would you like to do?
Familiarize ourselves. Well, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna familiarize ourselves with the new craft and the new layout that we have for the fighter base and whatnot. And we're going to run those drills that we did the other time, where we ran drills assuming communication failures, different power failures, all that kind of nice, fun stuff.
All right. Make that, but I am going to spend 2 threat and play some Avril Lavigne and make this a little complicated.
Why? Why'd you have to make things so complicated?
Because as you are working with a new ship and the communication systems Might be a little fritzy, but a presence con, difficulty 2, complication 2. As you are running these drills and getting your flyboys in order.
We're gonna buy. We're gonna buy one threat with, or we're gonna buy one dice with threat.
Okay.
Comp 2. Perfect.
And the Gungnir's airs communications con. All right, so the ship at least didn't actively try to screw you over, and you got a couple momentum off that. Some of these fighters are very green, and you kind of have to put them through their paces and scare them a little bit to get them to loosen up on the stick. But you managed to get it done, and you actually are launching the fighters from the Gungnir and running laps around the station. You have that lovely ring system. You're doing skirmishes in, and your crew is slowly coming together.
Excellent.
Dr. Bog, haven't you've been in kind of quiet since the wake earlier here this month, but now you're on a new ship, new crew, lots of
I've
old
got
crew.
a whole new medical staff.
Actually, most of the medical staff from the Svalinn transferred over, but this is a bigger ship, so you have a few new staff to work with. Yeah, you have like an extra 300 people on board.
Well, I'd be going over crew reports and, just checking for out-of-date physicals and getting to know the few new medical staff that I've got.
You also, much to your chagrin, and have the brand spanking new emergency medical hologram installed in your sick bay.
Really?
Yep. It counts as a crew support.
Nice.
So they can pop in and help you out. But it is as curmudgeon as normal. That's not the word. Curmudgeon.
Author, check messages.
I see that.
Yeah, I'd be. I wouldn't be really accessible. I'm not sure. I didn't get to play in the episode where the captain died, but
you were there. You were there in sick bay, trying to tend injuries and stuff when the captain gave the order.
The abandoned ship.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, however, you've been processing that at news.
Yeah, I would have taken it kind of hard. I mean, one of my values is, crew is family kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's this guy. Values friendship. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. There was a very public service as with the dedication of the station. Nea has said a few words about fallen officers, including Commander Calder, who she posthumously promoted to captain. for his duty and honor and sacrifice. And a week after that, there was a small private ceremony, a small private wake with herself, Rear Admiral Elder came by and made a brief visit. And yeah, it was just a small get together and talk thing. And the day after that, you were given the Gungnir, and you've been working on that mostly.
Okay.
But to go over crew reports. Yeah, this is just to kind of catch up on crew physicals and tie everyone together. Reasons medicine difficulty 2. It was assisted by computers medicine. Just to go through the crew roster and see who needs physicals and get them scheduled.
Okay. Would counseling give me a focus here?
You're not so much counseling at this point. This is more physicals.
Okay, so I'm doing physicals.
Yeah.
Okay, so biology, xenobiology.
Yep, that'll work.
Take a threat for bold. Reroll that. There we go.
Nice. And Gungnir's computers medicine.
Oh, I don't have it pulled up. There it is.
Nice. You got 3 momentum off that. So there were definitely some people who needed it brushed up on their physicals. A couple people you had questions with, but you were able to get that out really quickly. But now that you're mentioning the counseling focus, there is a large percentage of the old crew that definitely needs some bereavement counseling. Bailey especially is just distraught about this whole situation. And during these 3 weeks, she actually comes to your office and asks for a counseling session.
Who is it that's come by?
Ensign Bailey. She runs ops, so communications and internals, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
She was part of the
wait.
bridge crew.
She was bawling her eyes out at the wake.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know any counseling jargon stuff, so assume that it was incredibly clever, whatever I did, and and helped her greatly, and then we can roll.
Yeah, basically she kind of feels guilty and she's still in shock about the situation. She's just kind of settling into, okay, we're moving on, but we're not forgetting him. It is kind of the talk you're going for.
Okay. And what am I rolling here?
Presence medicine, difficulty 3. Yeah, presence medicine diff 3.
All right. Take a threat for bold, and then take take 2 more momentum for another dice.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Takes a little bit, but after the hour session, she doesn't think she needs to quit Starfleet, and thinks that with continuing efforts on your part, she'll continue serving Starfleet and continue serving and doing her duties on board this new ship.
Sounds good.
Any parting words of wisdom for the young ensign?
No, I don't have anything. Sorry. I'm not a counselor.
Yeah, I was putting you on the spot.
That's my daughter. I need to call my daughter and ask her.
Yeah, this would be like a continuing thing with this. No, guys, I'm not gonna pull that subplot. No. Calder, no. She does not have Calder's baby. We're not doing this.
How many people were messaging you about that?
About 3. She's just sensitive, man. Goodness.
What happens when you're pregnant?
Oh my god. She's not pregnant. Oh my goodness.
I'll
Not
spend the
my
2 momentum right now.
That's not what my scans showed.
Give me a minute.
The doctor admitted it.
Yeah, this kind of has, yeah, but there's consent that needs to happen here.
I think the consent is long past.
Must be something I missed in an earlier episode, but I'm glad I could contribute.
No, she's not pregnant. Although, you can definitely keep that scuttlebutt going. And spend into threat for raisins.
What are the reasons?
They're dried grapes.
But that's not important right now.
What do you have against raisins? I think me and you have a no.
All right. After a little bit, you're still about 3 days out from actually going off on your dry run, and yeah, so everything's kind of settled down. You're just kind of doing final adjustments and stuff when a communication comes in.
We don't accept it.
Starbase Aegis forwards a communication to you. Ross, you happen to be on the bridge. Captain is still in his ready room for some reason.
On screen.
We're getting an emergency distress signal from one of the colonies, a research colony, Beta Provonis.
What's the nature of the distress call?
Unknown. It was as jammed at the source, but we do have a we do have a brief video message, and so I'll forward what we have.
Kobayashi Maru.
All right.
Video appears on screen, and it is a shaky cam of someone wearing a camera on their head. And this is
Also Captain to the bridge.
Eventually he shows up. And with this, we're going to do a change of music to playing now. There we go. It's a shaky cam footage of a camera strapped to the side of someone's head. They appear to be in the middle of an archaeology dig. They pan around the room. There's a couple Federation scientists behind them, and the camera holder gets called to a new location. Come here, you have to see this. And they drop everything and run across these ruins. As they're running, and it looks very familiar. It's the temple that you guys found several months ago when you were fighting the space kraken. This was the temple on that planet. So
that we had to fight in.
Yep, that you had to fight at the giant apes in. He runs around a corner. There's some safety fields up, and then he looks down to a new level below them, and there's this deep shaft with a ladder that goes down about 3 stories, and he's underground. And when he gets down there's this new room that you didn't see before, and it has cylinders all along the wall, and they're glowing blue and active. Some of the scientists say, "Are you serious? Are these still on?" Most of them, some of them, unfortunately, were damaged over the years, but I think some of these people are still alive. They go up to one. They go up to one of the cryotubes. It's rough technology, but you recognize them as cryotubes. Wipes away the frost and shows the face of a very ape-like alien. Very, very thick face, has lots of fur, loose-fitting in clothes. It looks alive. Moves to the next one, wipes it away. It's a skeleton. That guy did not make it. Goes down 2 or 3 more, revealing more and more faces. On the last one, there's a rumble and a shake, and he trips and falls. Instead of wiping around the face, he wipes around the chest. And that's when the camera catches the brief glimpse of a very familiar shape. A Starfleet badge. And then it sizzles and crackles into static.
I thought you were going to say a face hugger.
And that's when, after that, the Starbase command comes in and goes, "Yep, that was the end of it. They're jammed at the source. We don't know what that explosion was, but it definitely got their attention."
Captain, should we prepare to get underway to investigate?
Shields up, flaps down.
Captain is kind of considering for a moment. I mean, it's just an archaeology dig, isn't it? maybe they're having comms troubles.
Well, Captain, when we were there, we encountered a trans-dimensional kraken and a energy-draining weapon. If this has something to do with that, it could be a big deal for this quadrant, this sector.
Hmm.
Who knows what kind of action we might find out there?
Are we sure that they're being jammed at the source and their radios just didn't give out?
It appears to be jammed at the source, Captain. Don't you want to see what this ship can do to a space kraken if we run into one of those again?
Sounds like fun. And all right, radio stations.
All hands prepare to get underway.
To see how quickly you can get under our way. Present command. Kind of doing this in a rush. Kind of through. And Captain and Bradford can take the lead or assist with this.
Question. Did
Yes.
we already do a shakedown cruise, or is this it?
In classic Starfleet 8 fashion, this is your shakedown cruise.
Shit.
Of course.
So, Bradford's rolling an 11 and a 4, and he does have a focus.
All right, he can take the lead and I'll assist.
All right. He actually doesn't have bold, so he's just gonna take 3 momentum and roll 4 dice. Good job. Good show, Bradford. You got this. Come on, Gungnir. You got this. Communications command. Okay. In that case, he's gonna spend his determination on the value. I've been burdened with great responsibility. And he's gonna re-roll those 3 zeros. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 onto 4. Takes a little bit. Takes a little bit for the captain to actually take this seriously. But you finally snap in. And yep, with that, everyone. And we are on our way to a rescue mission. Lieutenant Maldone, would you like to punch it?
Punching.
On a scale of 1 to 5, how hard do you want to punch this thing?
How hard was I told to punch it?
2 or 3.
Oh, let's go for a 3 then.
And engine. It's gone. All right.
Meanwhile, check messages.
Yep, I see ya.
First dice with threat, second dice with momentum.
Sounds good.
Huh. Well, I can re-roll one of those.
Would you like to spend a value?
I might.
Well, we'll see how this goes. And then engines con, you might be able to get at that extra momentum. You can quash.
Yep. Hey, that gives us everything we need. Quash it.
Sweet, you quash it. 3, 5. All right, so you gain 1 momentum. Yeah, that math's right. And with that, you slide out of space dock, out of the kind of rough cut space doors, and you finally let the Gungnir off its chain. As you jump up to work.
The engines sound better.
No, that's not it. I could have sworn I labeled this map, but I'm not finding it.
Thank you for not scratching the paint, Lieutenant Muldoon.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be plenty of chances for that.
Yep. All right.
And plenty of chances to repaint it too.
You want to scratch the paint on your first trip out of dock, you know.
Someone's got to do it.
You're gonna scratch the paint eventually.
I love that new that new ship smell. You know, the scratch and sniff.
Yes.
It doesn't work on the hull.
I
mean, it kind of does.
All right, and don't recall. Do you have the improved warp drive?
We do have the improved warp drive.
Okay, so that warp jump up is going to cost you 4 power. Go ahead and roll me 4 challenge dice. See how much you come into combat with.
Yikes.
Yikes. That's going to be fun. All right. And en route, L, you wanted to do a quick present science to rally the science department.
Yeah, rally my department. Make sure they're ready to go.
Present science diff 2.
Alright. one dice with threat.
Okay.
And I get it back.
Excellent. So, science is now rallied and prepared. All right. So, you drop out of warp around and the Beta Provonus S2 planet, and in orbit are 4 ships. We have the battleship, the Gorn Varnus battleship, 2 Gorn raiders, and sneak up behind you is the Ecliptic.
What are your orders, Captain?
Block target on the Lee Gordon vessel. Ready photon torpedoes.
Captain, if I might have a suggestion, sir.
They're in our space.
I would remind the captain that the Federation is not at war with the Gorn hegemony.
Do you have a suggestion, Mr. Halana?
Might I suggest we hail them? Although, given the Gorn's strong presence in the region, weapons and shields is advisable.
Very well. Oh, shields up.
Comms, hail the Gorn capital ship.
Alright. Halana, go ahead and give me insight if you're doing this off the top of your head, or reason if you're gonna look this up. Reason, con, or command, and difficulty 2.
Galactic politic focus?
Absolutely.
If I use reason, can I get the ship's computer to assist me?
Yes, you can.
I will roll this. I'll grab a momentum. I'm gonna try to see if I can grab some momentum for people.
Yep.
Should be able to get this. Hey.
Nice.
Computers. Com. There you go.
All right, so that is 6 on a diff 2, so that's 4 momentum. You have 1 float. Current diplomatic situation with the Gorn is kind of frosty. There hasn't been any real government. There has been any hostile actions in the past 50 years. There's some piracy, but the Gorn hegemony is very quick to call out pirates and punish them capitally, but they're punished.
I would like to spend a momentum to obtain information regarding the Gorn hegemony's specific punishment for piracy or engaging in hostile action without authorization. I assume by firing squad or disintegration, but I want to know the exact statute so I can quote it to the captain and to them if needed.
If they are acting without the if they're acting hostily without the hegemony's authorization, punishment is death. By a very violent and graphic means. Dismemberment is.
Yikes.
Yes.
Captain, be advised that there is, according to the Diplomatic Corps, there is no official recognized movement from Gorn Hegemony regarding infiltration into our space. So unless this captain has a very good reason, he's looking at a very painful and brutal death by the state of his government.
Oh yeah. From your role, you would also get that we do have very tentative trade agreements.
And he'll kind of step away from the computer because he probably walked up to the computer panel for an officer. Like, I'm going to look this up real quick. I'm done now. He steps away.
And you get a hail from the Ecliptic on screen, and on screen is the familiar Lieutenant Commander Jenna Hall, the commanding officer of the tiny, vulnerable Nova class. Oh, thank goodness you're here. We've been dodging these guys for the past 3 hours. He came here on a supply run, and they came in system. They've been launching. Looks like they're beaming personnel down to the arcology site. Very well. Eclipse, go ahead and stand back. Let's take a point on this. We don't want you getting hurt now. And then you get a hail on the lead battleship. As I'm just RPing with myself for the next 5 minutes.
So you don't start touching yourself, we'll be fine.
The Gorn captain appears on screen. Leave Federation. This is none of your concern. Ross, do you want to take the lead on this?
Sure. Gorn Captain, this is Lieutenant Commander Ross to the Federation Starship Gungnir. Excuse me. Please state your business in this sector. This is Federation space.
We have received a word of contraband on this planet. We seek to retrieve it.
They have no jurisdiction.
Yeah, this is Federation space. You have no authority or rights to anything on this planet. You will stand down and retrieve all personnel that you beam down to that planet.
Yeah, absolutely. They have no jurisdiction. They would have to go through official channels, which they definitely have not.
If you'd care to handle this diplomatically, we are willing to talk to you about it. But you need to retrieve all Gorn personnel on the planet's surface.
Immediately.
Is there any reply?
I was waiting for Holana. Were you gonna type something?
No. I canceled the thought.
Okay.
You already covered the base.
We will do no such thing. And these raiders are going on an attack run.
Lieutenant Maldon, let's launch your fighters.
Mad? He's going to start a war with this.
You're definitely aware of that.
We're just preparing to be defensive. I'd like to talk to him.
Preparing to be defensive.
Control con on difficulty 2, assisted by communications con to launch fighters. And in what
Buy one dice for the threat. We
And what-
are going to throw them up in. If we're. Let's throw them out in a defensive posture.
Excellent. So all attacks against you will have a +1 difficulty. Yeah, there's an apostrophe in that name. The ship's name is the registry is GNS Chanolix. Gorn naval ship. And communications con off the ship.
Yeah. But this is like an official Gorn Navy ship, right? So they've gone renegade, or this is officially sanctioned.
It's at least registered with them. He could have stolen the ship or spoofed the registry. You could look into that.
Yeah. That's a whole lot of trying to figure out, because it's weird for a battleship to be this deep in our space without us knowing about it. It's like either this is a sneak attack or someone being very, very sneaky.
Definite jurisdiction issues here.
Yep. Communication con from the ship.
Yep.
CV
So
generation.
what's the status of the Ecliptic? Are they beat up, or are they doing all right?
They're all right. They haven't done anything, and they've been playing cat and mouse this whole time. Okay. Fighters are deployed in defensive formation around the ship. This is kind of an aggressive action, but they're in defensive formations. So that kind of tempers it down a little. Okay. To look up that information specifically on the ship, reason and con.
Hey, author, can I pitch an idea at you in private?
I love ideas. Reason con difficulty E3, complication 2. There's a possibility that if they are working with the Gorn hegemony, they might give you false information. If this goes all the way up the chain, they might just spoof information for you. Helona.
Say again, sorry.
For your role, reason con difficulty 3, assisted by computers con to look up the record of the ship. Complication 3, because you're asking a foreign government and whom you don't have full treaties with. Complication 2, possibly because as if this goes all the way up the chain, and they might give you false information.
Diplomacy focus in that case?
Yes.
I'm asking super nicely. Well, I'm asking officially. I'm not just asking for curiosity's sake. Since would regimented mind apply? Since I spent a momentum to obtain information regarding this Gorn, that normally would bring down the task by 1 if it's related to what I was asking about.
Yes, that would.
Okay.
So diff 2, because you've already kind of looked up some information about this guy.
I'll take a momentum.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this.
con for that bonus momentum.
Oh, I brought it down by 2. Yes, never mind.
Yep. So you got it, but there's comp on the screen.
Are you guys a momentum crew or a threat crew?
A number
More
of us.
momentum.
I mean, I know a good number of us and the crew have bold.
I'll spend 2 to squash then. I don't feel bad now.
Yeah, this
You're
very
all cautious. I would have felt terrible.
All right. So they kind of give you the runaround. They're a little bit evasive about it, but you finally cut through. Interestingly, the ship was, as reported, missing in action about 6 months ago. Presumed destroyed.
I copy this to a pad and for my own perusal, and I send the report to the CO, XO, and tactical chair stations. Like I type it out and just send it off to them.
Yep.
Put an urgent bulletin on it.
All right. So all affected crew are apprised of the situation.
We have a rogue ship on our hands, I believe.
Sounds like it.
On the plus side, that means the Gorn aren't going to be mad, although they will probably want that ship back if they can, but they won't be. I doubt they'll be too angry if it's destroyed in the hands of a criminal.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. We were here a couple of months ago, and there's a energy absorbing technology down on this planet. That's probably what they're after. That could be a powerful weapon in the wrong hands, so we should do whatever we can to stop this.
Elle, do you want to attempt a scan of that ship?
Oh, yes. Give me one moment though.
Okay.
Only a single moment, though. Sorry, couldn't help it.
1 Mepipi, 2 Mepipi, 3 Mepipi.
Stop that.
Creating a distraction for me ain't gonna make it go faster.
10 points if you get that reference.
If it's 10 arc points, I'll answer.
These ships are closing into medium range, but no closer. Okay. While L is doing his thing.
I'm ready.
All right. They're kind of far away. 1, 2, 1. So they're 3 zones away. So you're looking at a difficulty 4 or roll to get information on them. If you want to do this discreetly without them knowing, that's going to increase the complication range by 3.
So I don't care if they know.
Yeah. If you want to be overt about it,
we're in the same system. I don't know why a scan would even be a div 3 if we're in the same system.
they're no, with your sensors would be div 3.
Ross, what information are you looking for?
I just want to see how they compare to us, if they're way overgun us or not, or, if this is a fair match, or,
Okay.
What are we going in against?
So the scan is to get basically it's like weapons shield loadout, basically.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, that should be pretty easy to get. And if you're going to be overt about it, no complication increase. Reason science, div 3, assisted by sense of science. Or security.
buy 1 dice with momentum. Yeah, we'll keep it simple. Ugh. Oh, sensor suite. Advanced sensor suite.
That was already calculated in.
You didn't tell me that.
Do you want to reroll?
I don't have anything to reroll it with.
Is the captain able to assist?
Testing on theory doesn't apply yet, so I don't have a reroll.
Okay. Yes, he can. Yeah, he can assist with the direct. Or not. But he does have guidance, so when he assists another player, you get a reroll. You can reroll 1 on D20.
I can?
Yep.
That should be good enough. One would hope.
There you go. Okay, and information is incoming.
If you got like a ship sheet on it, I could just look at that too.
There's some information you'll have to ask for.
Okay.
Can
Disruptors, photon torpedoes, redundant power systems, and it's a slightly larger vessel.
Okay. Doesn't sound like it's too much for us, especially with the ecliptic. Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. Is it fully crewed, or is this, if the ship was stolen, is it maybe skeleton crewed, or?
I can answer that for momentum.
I'll take it.
Or crew science and squish. Yeah.
Just my own opinion, I don't think we actually have time to go through with a full ship combat tonight.
I'm aware.
Okay.
Science question, and it appears to be fully crewed, but there's some oddities.
Alright, what are the oddities?
I can answer that for 1 momentum.
Well, we get the free science question.
The free science question was, is it fully staffed?
And who asked that? Because I
I did.
didn't. Stealing my free question.
Sorry about that.
What? Yeah, go ahead. Do the 1 momentum.
Not all of the crew is Gorn. In fact, only about 40% is.
That's unusual.
Can we scan the people on the surface?
What's the rest of the crew made up of?
Would you like to answer that? Would you like to ask that?
Well, I mean, if we got what the crew was, that would have come with it.
I guess so.
I thought the question of what is the crew made up of should have gave us the answer to.
Yeah, that would be. It's 60% all one race seemingly, but the race does not match anything in your logs, but they appear to be humanoid. The Ecliptic's going to move in closer, scan the surface. Guys, it looks like there's a firefight happening on the surface. We're getting readings of disruptor fire from the archaeology site.
Ecliptic, why don't you move in and beam down security teams to the surface, and we'll handle the battleship fighters here.
What security teams? I mean, I guess, but
do they not have a security teams?
Yeah, this is a pure science vessel. Let me look the exact stats,
the security team probably numbers in the tens.
Yeah, security team's numbers in the tens. Their entire security department could fit in your ready room.
How many of them are on the surface?
They're reporting at least 20. So yeah, they can send teams down, but they'll be outnumbered 2-1.
All right, never mind on that. I thought they were more equipped for that.
Yeah, it's a scale 3 science vessel. They don't have much.
Okay.
Okay, so you have the relevant information.
What are those raiders doing?
They are they're tentatively locking phasers on you. They kind of have their weapons armed and they're like sweeping target locks over you. It's kind of the same equivalent gesture of having the gun out but by your hip. You can fire, but you're not going to be very accurate, but you definitely have it out and have the safety off, so you could fire in that general direction.
Well, Mr. Halana, do you have any more diplomatic suggestions?
At this time, you are dealing with a rogue power. Unless we have overwhelming force to intimidate the Gorn captain into submission, he's going to hold his ground. As far as he's concerned, he thinks he has the superiority here. We need to correct him of that error. And then we can demand his surrender.
My thoughts exactly. Mr. Maldone, would you instruct your fighters to blow away any Gorn raiders in our way?
Absolutely.
All right. Go ahead and do a full phaser attack roll. And the fighters can sweep in.
One to all flight teams.
Control security. Shift to weapon. Security. And you get 2 bonus momentum if you're switching the fighters to attack mode.
Yes, indeed.
All right, fighters are now in attack mode. So you get 2 bonus and 2 versatile. Go ahead and take Ash's sheet and roll for him.
Actually, have another idea for the Ecliptic when we get a second.
Yep. But let's resolve this roll first.
Yeah.
Calder, could you pick up Ash's sheet and roll for him?
Okay.
Might want to wait. He might be here in a minute. We just told him.
No, he told me the internet at his house is out, so he was on his mobile out earlier.
Well, he can still get on voice, and someone could just roll his sheet.
Yeah.
Reboot your router.
Control security.
Yep.
1 threat for bold. What weapon do you want fired?
This roll is for our phasers, but if you want to do torpedoes, that'd be diff 3.
Oh no, phases is fine. And going to do a precise aim. So fast targeting stacks.
Okay.
We roll that 0.
Oh no.
Don't reroll that 0.
But
Too late.
yeah, you have like so much float. Oh, you can get rid of that. So that is this was a phaser shot, right? You didn't use torpedoes?
Phaser shot to the weapons.
Okay. So that is 6 2.
And let's pump 2 power in to do this.
Okay. Do you want to quash that with your 2 float from your fighters?
Yes.
Okay.
Why does this phaser array say 11?
I do not know. Oh, it's being weird.
Okay, so just put in the number of dice being added.
Yeah, just put plus 2 dice.
Okay, using one of the versatiles to eagle those 6 dice.
Okay. One, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do you even have 9?
Oh god. Just remembered.
So there's 11 damage. And let's use one of the other versatiles for piercing.
And pop. So that is 2 breaches, is 1 to weapons, and 1 to another system.
And 2 momentum to do a second action.
Okay.
Oh boy, go ahead hard.
And that is shoot the other one. Wait,
All right.
what skill are these, 2 or 3?
They're scale 3.
Then just attack this one again.
Finish it off.
Okay. Phasers.
Yep. And this is going to be a non-lethal shot.
Thank you. Control security, it'd be difficulty 3.
Will fire at will affect this?
Fire will affect it, so it'd be diff 2.
Okay, so 1 more threat for bold. Go to legal, that's 0.
Okay.
better. Someone roll the ship. So that
Okay.
is 2, 3, 4 extra momentum.
Yep. So you have 2 float plus 2 more plus 2 more. Goodness.
I am not going to put power into this.
Okay, so just roll it flat. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I think it's down.
Yeah. That is down for the count. She is adrift in space.
And I'm going to use the two floating momentum to keep the initiative.
Okay. The initiative is kept.
So, who wants to go next? We could do another activation to have Zogar on the second tactical table chair.
Yeah, we should do that.
Okay, Zogar on the tactical.
Corbin, do you want to control Zogar?
Sure, why not?
He's
Yeah,
under
how does
crew
that work? We
support.
got a Gorn on board.
He's not having any problem firing another Gorn, is he?
No.
We probably
No.
should have had him talk. Actually, hold on, I have an idea.
I mean, we're fighting a potential Gorn government splinter group, so I don't think following another Gorn would work.
Did you actually talk to them like on screen with the comms or just over voice?
On screen. Zogar is here as part of the crew exchange program, and so he doesn't really have a stake in this. And if they're traitors to the Hezmani, he almost has a duty to destroy these guys.
They stole a naval vessel and they're shooting at their neighbors. Cut that out.
Yep, pretty much. Zogar has no more qualms about this situation.
I didn't hear a word you said. I did. I wish something had recorded, because when I walked through the door, I just said, my wife loves me. Oh my goodness,
Aw.
my wife loves me.
What happened?
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, your mic was up, Buck.
Well, my wife loves me. I was out golfing the other day, and she has the air on for me.
Nice. Okay, so shot at the second ship. Control security div 2, assisted by weapon security, unless you would like to use torpedoes.
No. Have a threat.
All right.
Gonna aim at their weapon system.
Okay.
And shipboard tactical system focus.
Yes.
And just to be extra cautious, I'm gonna take 2 momentum. Dumping 1 extra power into the shot.
Okay.
I mean, with Zogar, with the mix of bull and precision targeting, you'll have 2 eagles.
Yeah. I think we have enough momentum.
And the ship roll. Six. Yep, you have enough momentum. Okay, so +5 shields down. That is at least 2 breaches.
Let's spend 2 moment to do the half damage thing.
Oh, the devastating thing?
Yeah, devastating attack. And yeah, I'm not even gonna count. That'll take it out because it has no shields left. So in 2 quick volleys, is you manage to take out the 2 lead ships.
I did just imagining both phaser strips fired at the same time.
Yep.
Zogar probably cackling to himself.
I don't know how Gorn cackled.
I just imagine he just speaks in Godzilla screech.
With that, it is now my turn. I do not like you guys doing that. Could you stop?
He could always run away. We might let him. I mean, but you know, we might.
All right,
We're spooky,
so
boogie boogie. Okay.
I'm gonna close in. Spend 2 to swift and. Yep. All right, I'm gonna be firing torpedoes. At least
Ooh,
a
playing
torpedo.
dirty.
Oh, crew task roll is not set up. Well, now you've done it. But that at least hits, so just a single torpedo shot. Spend a threat to reroll. Alright, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage to you. Against your 7 resistance, so that is 1 damage to your shields.
Dink.
It dinks. Unfortunately, that's all my turns. So it's now player's turn.
First thing I'd like to ask the Ecliptic is if they can maneuver around to the other side when they're not in danger and beam up their personnel on the surface so no one gets hurt by the other side.
Okay. You can do that as a presence command diff 2 to give her that order.
Comms command to assist.
Absolutely.
Never mind.
Would you like to reroll somehow?
Determination orders. Do what I say. I don't know.
I'm gonna hold off on that.
All right. Yeah, the bridge is too hectic or not able to get a clean line out. Would you like to swift task or keep?
Let's show what a rapid fire torpedo launcher can do.
Your two security officers have already gone, so you have to wait till the next round. Unless you direct.
Okay, I'll direct.
Cool. Well, direct to full torpedo spread.
Yes.
Do we have that?
Didn't we get that?
Fast targeting, so if you target a system, it does increase in difficulty, and you are sitting on quantums and photons.
Arthur, did you get my message?
Yes, it did.
Alright, thank you. Have a good night.
Yep.
Oh, good night.
Control security, difficulty 3, assisted by weapon security, and Ross, you can help with presence command.
So that's for our tactical officer, right?
Yep. So, Calder, if you can roll that for Ash.
Okay, take a threat for bold.
All right. Oh boy, I'm in trouble. And then the ship assist. In fact, I'm in so much trouble. I'm spending 1 threat, and you have to re-roll all of that.
You can make them re-roll for just spending 1 threat? That's wicked.
Yeah, there's some doohickey going on here.
Oh, there's something squirrely going on in their ship.
There's something
That's not
squirrely going on.
That's not good.
In fact, as you punch in the coordinates, you punch in the targeting solution, you have this weird sense of deja vu of, I already did this already. Why is it wrong? I have to redo it.
So,
Just re-roll all the dice on the table. Just re-roll it.
Cool.
Curses. At least telegraph that.
This was a spread shot as well.
Yes, it was.
Like a
So,
salvo, sorry, wrong word.
Yep. salvo.
So +1. Whoa.
Well, I tried my one
there we
trick.
go.
This is gonna hurt. Two,
don't they
4,
also-
6.
yeah, quantums have a vicious.
Yo.
Yep.
Oh, yep, that should be in there as well. There's just
2,
one.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Oh my goodness, are you even gonna live through this?
Oh, and I think Ash has a certain ability.
Yeah, doesn't he have a talent for this?
Full spread and maximum yield.
What does that do off the top of my head?
In addition to the normal benefits of a salvo, the character also gains the benefits of the devastating attack momentum spend.
Okay, so this is just gonna be all sorts of owie. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We have base 16 minus, that is, okay, so 1 breach, 2 breach, and spread is
Half of that damage, second attack, but only use half of the damage, which is 8.
okay, so that
+1 for every effect after the first.
1, 2. Okay, so that's another breach and yet another breach. So that's 4 breaches so far. And then devastating is half. The devastating attack does not go through. It gets eaten up by the resistance, but that's at least 4 breaches on this guy.
Can we spend 1 momentum at piercing to the attack?
Yes, you can.
2 for piercing, isn't it? Am I full of crap?
No, it's 1 for
Oh,
every
it's
2
1.
points.
You're right. Yep.
It's
never
1. Okay, yep, that will take care of that. That pops opposite shields, and that is 6 breaches and 1 salvo. As with glorious, blue sparks, the Gungnir unleashes its salvo and blows this ship up to Kingdom Come. Arcs of plasma rake across its hull as she is adrift. Would you like to go lethal on this?
No.
No.
We'll stop firing. Scan for survivors.
As you're scanning, in a flurry of rainbow shards, it is swept up and disappears.
What in the prophet's name was that?
It's those timey-wimey bastards again.
I don't know.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
But with that, all combatants have been taken care of, except for the ones on the ground.
Yeah, let's move in and make standard orbit and see what we can do about this on the ground.
All right. Mostly because I didn't have stats for the Gorn. I thought I did. We'll just make this a standard presence security difficulty 3 to rally troops and get them in position and sweep up this situation. Assisted by ships, communication security.
Bomb security. Does this count as a social conflict? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, you can send the work bees after them. Pinch them real badly.
All right, presence security diff 3 assisted by communication security.
Tactical, do you have this?
Calder or Corbinian? Someone roll this.
Yep. Zogar will roll, I suppose. Have a threat. Uh-oh. Has a reroll. There you go.
There we go. Takes a little bit as they just have trouble listening into Zogar's guttural tones, but they finally get the idea. You beam security teams down, and they're quickly able to subdue the Gorn ground forces around the temple. We do have the archaeology team on the ground is reporting some injuries.
All right, we'll stabilize him and beam him to sickbay.
Okay. One of them is insisting that someone from the Svalinn command staff come down.
Captain, would you like me to beam down and take care of this?
Sure. We're gonna be busy up here, taking prisoners and all that, I suppose. Do you take anyone with you, Ross?
Yeah, I'll take a security team with me.
Okay. All right, Dr. Bog. You have like 3 injured people in your people in your sick bay. They're civilian scientists. Most of them have scrapes and bruises. One of them did take a shot at a disruptor blast in the chest.
Oh,
That is not good.
that's not a minor injury, is it?
No, it is not.
Just walk it off. Just walk it off. Jeez.
Oh, I think he should just rub some dirt in it and he'll be fine.
That's part of the problem. There's plenty of dirt in it.
Yeah.
Right,
In fact, complication range 2 because of that dirt.
Complication range 2. Oh, you're gonna make me get serious about this, aren't you?
If you want to save this man's life.
All right, so I'm gonna whip out the Starfleet Surgeon's decoration and reduce that by 1 for difficulty.
All right, diff 3. Fast response on this vehicle is another advantage you can apply. Use that to bring down the diff or the comp.
Okay, sounds good.
Which way do you want to put that?
The complication.
All right.
Let's
Oh,
see
right.
here.
I was about to ask a question. You already answered it. Never mind.
I think I can only do that on player characters.
Which one?
Combat medic.
Yeah, that's for like recovering stress and stuff. This is recovering injuries.
Okay. I'm going to use technical expertise because I'll be using the ship's sensors to help me out here in computers.
Yep,
I
true.
assume. And go ahead and take a threat for bold. Give
Would
you
you like
2
to have
rerolls.
any crew support help you out?
Yeah, I'll have the
EMH.
hologram. Yeah, whatever that thing is.
Maldone,
Get-
go ahead and pull up the EMH sheet.
Get out that 3D. Get out that 3D guy.
EMH crew support. Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
I need you to treat these 2 over here. Oh.
Oops.
Oh, even looks like him, huh? Cool.
Yeah, you got the Mark 1.
Could have the fancy Mark II that's scared of its own shadow.
Do you think we could afford to pay Andy Dix?
All right, so yeah, and then let's give this a roll here. Difficulty 4.
It's now diff 3. You have 3 dice. Ship's helping again through the EMH.
Oh my gosh!
It's supposed to be
no.
reason medicine.
18, 16, 16.
Oof.
Reason medicine.
Do you have
So-
11 present? 11 reason?
I've got a 12 reason.
Well, hell me.
There you go.
Yeah, that's at least
So-
two hits.
Okay, so
Reboot the image.
And don't the sensors reduce the difficulty by 1?
Advanced sensor suites.
Yeah. Okay, it's already calculated by God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works on non-combat related tasks. And then the EMH roll.
and that's what is he rolling? Reason medicine.
Yeah, reason medicine.
I wanted to do fitness medicine. Here, carry this.
Yeah, he gets to re-roll that because of technical expertise, I think. Let's see. Which may be the ship's die, yes. There we go. So 4 successes, is that what I ended up with?
1,
Yes,
2,
indeed.
3, 4. Yep.
So, very, very messy. Lots of sterile fields. Antibiotics are definitely going to be needed, but you manage to pull this man and back from the brink. He's unconscious, but he's definitely going to be thankful once he's awake.
Good.
Back on the surface, Ross is going down. You're bringing a security team. Any other or senior officers want to go with him?
I think the person who would have joined it left.
Yeah, Elle would have probably come.
Yeah, L would have come. Ash could probably come. Lieutenant Commander Hall is gonna come as well. Holana, what would you be doing during this time?
I would request to go with the awake party, since there are possibly new aliens present. But I can be refused because I'm not the ship crew.
Hey, the more the merrier.
All right.
And make sure my Type 1 phaser's actually at my belt rather than tucked into my sleeve.
Yes.
Openly, 'cause I'm trying to defend me.
Beam down to the ruins. It's the ruins of this city have all been and wiped away over 200,000 years. All that remains is a mountain that appears to be the remains of a temple. Inside there's caverns and rooms. Some technology still exists, but just barely. And the archaeology lead, he goes, I can't believe this. You have to come with me. Leads you through the winding corridors of the temple, down a few ladders. There's deep into the bowels of this temple to the glowing room with the cryotubes. They haven't been opened yet. There's a faint, dim blue glow throughout this place. And he just rushes by them and takes you down to the one in particular at the end. And inside the tube, he wipes off the frost from the face. And you see none other than Captain Calder in a cryotube on Beta Pravonis.
Well,
That's
how
good.
about
that?
that?
Means I won't have to do any more of those stupid counseling sessions now.
Did you happen to leave a clone behind and forget about it?
Does he look the same as when we left him, or he left us?
Yep. Maybe a little worse or square, but not much older.
Maybe a little less hair.
Well, as the archaeologist, do you know how to revive anyone from one of these stasis pods?
Not really. We would I'd have to figure out how they're operating in the first place and then bring them on board, or to revive them. But we can get started on that right away.
I'm sure my science officer would be happy to help.
And with that shocking news is left on the table, we will end tonight's episode.
Ooh, fancy graphic.
Fancy graphic.